Oh, that's your body. No.
Yeah, I'm trying, but
That's like
Doing something.
They've been
trying to get it.
They have to report out on number they already reported, so I mean. Hey, you forgot your what?
What?
You forgot your what?
Oh, no, it said that my fellow AI, it's because I have a note taken for class, I got the meeting on.
Is that a note
It
taking,
is-
taking note?
I guess it must be automatic, because I don't have I don't have it out.
We'll wait a few more minutes.
Somebody's gonna bring French fries.
I gave them a
Just
caveat.
kidding.
I gave them a caveat. I was like, look, I'll get you a draft agenda, but the commission can change it. I'm not feeling very creative today, so I don't know.
Neither am I, because like I told y'all on Monday, these all sounded really great about a month ago. I'm part of the second one and I'm done. I'm mentally done.
Well, you did put them really close. I know it was best to
Good
be.
afternoon.
Because I knew December I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Sugar, come here.
Yeah, okay, so this is from the Dollar at past friends meeting last week, and I put it in my bag to bring it to Baker. Well, I just found it, and I'm hungry. A cookie?
I got leaks.
Have any bread? I don't know.
It's a cookie.
I'm sure
Flat tortilla. It's full life.
I don't even know how to keep it. Why did it crumble? What's going on?
it looks
Was it
like
initially
it comes with hummus.
Yeah, it's already
That's
really flat.
Comes with hummus.
Okay, wait, was it initially this?
Yeah, it was always like this bizarre.
Got smashed in the butter.
And I really thought it would be perfect for a toddler. It would. And now I'm eating it.
Do you eat
It'll get the
something
next
else?
one. I did. Like roulette of like leftovers in the fridge.
No, Daniel doesn't want to be in the room with us. That's why he's watching from his office.
Pitch, please.
Samuel's gonna go first on the Zoom.
All right, so welcome again to our second workshop. I see a lot of familiar faces. Bree, thanks for fitting me into your schedule today. And Malin and Allison and Vanessa, since y'all weren't here on Monday, but I know y'all had other stuff going on.
I appreciate the follow-up resources that were said.
Yes.
So how many of us have given an elevator pitch before? You don't know.
That cookie smells good.
Almost everything we do is an elevator pitch, you know? So how many of us have gotten this face when we've given an elevator pitch? See, I love my
Yeah.
So like, what are you talking about? So I remember when I started here almost 5 years ago, that I had no idea what the hell the Board of Regents was. It took me a while, but once I heard from like 5 or 10 people what the pitch was, I kind of figured it out. But 5 years ago, nobody could really tell me succinctly. Now we can. So if you were here on Monday, you remember I said, just write it or say it to like a 10-year-old. Like simplify it. Simple doesn't mean dumb. Elevator pitch is going to be the same thing.
Clear is kind.
Clear is kind. See,
And I took Brene Brown.
Brene Brown. Yes, that's Brene.
Huh?
That's Brene Brown.
yeah, Brene Brown / Kim Hunter Reed.
He gave that.
I gave it to Dr. Reed. I forgot Brene Brown.
Yeah, she got it. Her. It's a dairy.
So in the next hour, I'm hoping that we're going to understand what makes an effective elevator pitch. I have a formula, a simple framework for an elevator pitch. Very easy. X + Y = Z. Craft and practice your pitch, because guess what? I have giveaways. So if you have the best pitch or the most creative pitch, you get a prize.
You better not
Alright,
be
money
another
bags.
Colleen from the summit.
Money bags, me.
No. Or is it Regents branded?
Why, did you get one of those as a prize?
I get screamed.
And then you'll receive feedback and refine it. So Michael Scott says, explain to me like I'm 5. Let's up it to explain to me like I'm 10. Okay? So why
That's
now?
5th grade.
10, yes, 5th grade. So the average adult understands and reads at an 8th grade level. For the longest time, my parents either thought I was the commissioner, which, God, pay attention. Or B, when I worked in the school system, they thought I was a principal. They had no idea that I worked in communications. And even trying to explain it to them in an elevator pitch was still confusing. So you have to simplify it for our older people.
But it's not just that, it's also like for people like, just like us, we have too many things going on. We are absorbing too much information. Right?
I've been with that for 6
You need
years, he has no clue.
Less, to be able to consume less
Yeah.
information more effectively.
No, you're absolutely right. We have so much coming from so many directions and we're trying to take it in from a fire hose and trying to succinctly say everything. So an elevator pitch increases clarity, confidence, and connection. So for those that were not in the room on Monday, where did the elevator pitch term come from?
It came from the
You
the people
better.
who were trying to market something.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Madmen, marketers.
Them.
And then it became popular later on. It's a common marketing, sales, and communications tactic. Now, elevator pitches are meant to be 30 seconds. If you ride the elevator in the Capitol, that's like 5 minutes.
Seriously.
Also, the claustrophobia sets in and you really don't want to talk if you're anything like me. It also helps in meetings, interviews, networking, and presentations. If you listen to Dr. Reed, she has about 20 different elevator pitches. I know Bree, you probably have elevator type pitches during session, trying to succinctly tell legislators X, Y, and Z, given their attention span is 10 seconds or less.
Yep.
And then it builds your personal brand and agency reputation. We know we have a pretty good reputation as an agency. And then if you're like Bree, you're going to be a LinkedIn superstar. This is how you build your brand. So what not to do? So this is a before. I got AI to write this for me again. So imagine going to the Capitol and saying this. Our agency leverages cross-sector stakeholder engagement to align post-secondary pathways with statewide workforce priorities, ensuring longitudinal student success through evidence-based policy frameworks and scalable initiatives that optimize resource allocation and institutional accountability. Does anybody know what I just said?
I do, yes.
Do you? All right, Allison, go.
I do, but this is the thing. I do this because I do this work every day, but that doesn't, so I think that's the key. None of that is wrong, but that,
No.
I mean, it's understandable.
No.
All of that is right, but it's not,
It's
no.
too much, you're gonna
Yeah.
look
How
after,
would you deliver?
you lost
Yeah.
me after a line.
Yeah.
Well, and like I mentioned on Monday, for those that were in Monday State, sometimes we get lost in the vocabulary of our work. So we forget that most people don't understand these words or use them on a regular basis. And Samuel has risen.
You were having too much fun,
So
join.
here's why this doesn't work. It's stuffed with buzzwords, leverages, align, optimize, stakeholder, longitudinal, hell, even pathway at time can be a little stuffy. There's no clear subject or purpose because it's just a bunch of crap on a screen. And it doesn't sound like a real person talking. I mean, I used AI for a reason. And I uploaded a bunch of, our master plan stuff like, hey, take some of the buzzwords, create a long jargon-like sentence. So that's the before. Bree, make sure you get my skinny side.
I got you. It's going on LinkedIn.
All right, thanks, dog.
You're welcome.
So what you should do after, she's a LinkedIn star. She should get branding on it. So after all of that, I simplified. Now this is me talking. At the Board of Regents, I help connect education and workforce goals so more Louisiana students can earn degrees that lead to good jobs. In short, we make higher education work better for people in the state's economy.
Much better.
So why it works. Conversational and human. It explains what you do and why it matters. And then it's under 30 seconds and it's easy to repeat. So the 4 C's of a great pitch. Clear, use everyday language. Concise, 30 seconds or less. Bree, I can send you these slides.
Part of the vision.
Oh, got it. Compelling, share why it matters. And then confident, we want to deliver it with energy and authenticity. So anytime you hear the commissioner speak, she delivers with energy and authenticity. When you see Bree and Allison work at this Capitol or work in their task forces and other areas, they deliver it with energy and authenticity. Malin, former school teacher, delivers with energy and authenticity. And there's a lot of people that ask why we do what we do. So the compelling part, why it matters, is now more important than ever, given everything that's going on in higher ed. And if you're a Ted Lasso fan, do we remember the goldfish quote? So I normally share this with my students. So the average attention span for a goldfish is 10 seconds. The average attention span for a human now is 8.5 seconds.
Really?
It's pretty
Yeah.
sad.
It's sad. It's smartphones, all that other stuff.
Who's on the Zoom who just liked?
GT.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's probably more now important than ever to give an elevator pitch because you have less than 10 seconds of somebody's attention. If you don't have a good hook in that beginning of the elevator pitch, they're not listening. They're tuning you out. Much like my kids. So here's a good formula. Hi, I'm insert name here. Do not say insert name here. Say your name. I help your audience solve X or achieve Y. So you're either solving a problem or you're looking for an opportunity by doing Z, the action. What that really means is a short, relatable example.
Do you have to make it personal?
You don't have to. No, I just use it. I just use the personable part as an example, as the formula. You can change it.
'Cause I would prefer doing it is with the agency day.
Sure. So when you go to a conference, do you introduce yourself as Kim Kirkpatrick or you introduce yourself as Louisiana Board of Regents?
Kim Kirkpatrick with the Louisiana Board of Regents.
You vote.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, otherwise, it's like, well, okay.
but when people ask what you do you talk about what you do specifically? Or you talk about academic affairs and innovation or Regents as a whole?
Depends on the audience. Obviously, if I'm at the Lair meeting, then I don't talk about the agency. But if I'm at a conference and it's somebody with an institution, and they say,
Sure.
what do you do? Then I compartmentalize it towards we're the coordinating board for higher education and we work with management boards and institutions to create policies, track policies, and promote student success and completion. But that's making it the agency because,
Sure.
but if it's a new IR person, then I don't need to go into all that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if we were a much younger audience and single, not married, I would have used the Tinder profile bio as an example. Because that's what it is. Dating apps, it's a pitch, right?
Yeah.
I know it's kind of an odd example. So here's what I put. I'm Chris, Louisiana Board of Regents. I help translate higher ed policy into plain language so everyone from students to legislators can understand its impact. I turn jargon into stories people actually want to read. Also with the help of AI, because I didn't know what the hell to write, because I'm really bad about talking about myself. So how else could we change this formula for what we do? What would y'all fix, change, move around?
I would say, after I'm Kim Kirkpatrick, I would say who I'm with.
I think in some cases you have to explain what the Board of Regents is.
Yeah, but
Not
even
just what we
if
do.
I'm on Carson Street.
Well,
At the
exactly,
Capitol, I'm gonna say
because
with-
there's board of regents in multiple states and they have more authority than we do.
Yeah.
So having to explain that part.
But even
But again, I
if
think
I were in the
it's on
Capitol
your audience.
across the street, I'd say I'm Kim.
Yeah, we have so many new legislators that are still trying to figure out what we do.
I think it depends on the audience, because if you're at a
I
conference
see.
and you have like Louisiana Board of Regents on your badge or whatever, or if they know you want Louisiana Board of Regents, you don't need to say that. You just say, hey, I'm Antonio, I help XYZ.
Yeah.
But also, I think that gets to the point where you said Dr. Reed has 20 of them. You don't need one elevator pitch, you need one that you can modify for a variety of
Mhm.
situations.
Exactly.
Because like,
Sure.
so at SHIO, it's very, I say, hey, I'm Allison, with the Louisiana Board of Regents, the coordinating body for higher education in Louisiana.
Same,
Yes,
that's exactly how I say it too.
and depending on who you're talking to, they may not know what a coordinating body is. In some cases, you have to go a little bit further, and so.
But that'll be a follow-up question, like they won't
Right.
usually stop you in the middle and say, what's a coordinated?
Right.
I usually say policy and advocacy board.
Yeah, but
Most
she
people
said
know what an
she is,
institution is.
They know.
Yeah.
They sometimes assume that we work
at institutions.
Right.
So I usually start there and say, so the institutions have management boards and we are the coordinating board over those. So,
They sometimes think that you actually are a regent,
yes,
and so
right.
that's an important distinction.
Yeah, that's another,
Unless you want them to think you're a regent, which.
I don't.
Makes you advantage.
I give them my time, like, in mine, it's like, hi, I'm Dr. Alice Smith, Assistant Commissioner for Student Health and Wellness at the Louisiana Board of Regents, which is the coordinating body for all public higher education.
Right.
Which is usually like my first thing, and you go, thinking about that, you're not gonna be able to fit it all into the very first, like, they can actually follow it, but still.
Mhm.
But I do think the point of like audience matters, like,
Mhm.
whenever I speak to school counselors when we do our roadshow. I always start with, like, I always ask the school counselors, raise your hand if you're familiar with the Board of Regents. Two people raise their hand, and then I essentially give them the best comparison, which in my opinion is like, we're the higher education
Miranda,
department.
she didn't want, she wanted you to hand her one.
Yeah, cause I have fry hands, I would touch my own paper, just fry hands.
Fry hands.
Look, can I ask a school teacher also, look, to just, thank you. I appreciate the school teachers.
Does everybody have a pen?
I
Because
actually have an extra piece.
guess what? We're gonna have an activity.
I love this.
This is getting very student affairs real
I
quick.
love it so much.
Once you have those blank lines in the bottom, it's like, I know what time it is. Class work.
It's class time,
We're gonna pin.
but my homework's better. So it's gonna be your turn to craft your pitch using the sheet that you have as a handout. So think about your audience. So,
Okay, so who is our, tell us who our.
well, so for instance, Bree's audience would be legislators. Allison's audience would be student affairs and those that work in the mental health space. So think about who your audience is specifically in your division.
It could be like, who do you find yourself giving this pitch the most?
Yeah.
to? Right?
Exactly. So Melinda could be dual enrollment,
She could be. anything.
educators.
Yeah, but it's like, where do you find yourself having to give this pitch that you can use it again the most? And then to Alice's point, just make small tweaks to it.
So step 2 would be defining your value or why it matters. 3, keep it short and conversational. We want it under 30 seconds or less. A normal elevator ride, not a state capitol elevator ride. So maybe a Claiborne-esque elevator ride from the first floor to the 6th floor. It's typically about 2 to 3 sentences. It's not much. So for us in the room and those on Zoom, here is the formula. You can adjust it as you see fit. It is meant just to be a foundation for what you want to say. And then after a few minutes, everyone's going to share. We're going to vote who is most creative and the best pitch.
Oh, Aaron's not here.
But I'm effective, not creative.
No, Herring is still upset at me that Monday was simple words and not complex words. He thought he was learning bigger words. Yeah, he thought he was learning jargon, not jargon free.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
He wanted to enhance his vocabulary, not
Oh,
simplify.
And it's about simplifying things. But we're still, right, it's like it's to a 10-year-old too, right?
Yeah, you want to make it understandable for anybody. So 10-year-old, your neighbor, you want to make it that it can cross multiple age groups. You don't want to make it so technical that only a certain subset of your audience will understand it. What's that? Well, as long as you can read it. Nope. So you already done?
Of course she is. She's done 2 weeks ago.
Lies?
I mean, 2 weeks prior. You see how people insert themselves into other people's business? I'm typing on my
I
phone,
mean,
I don't have a pen. See, look, see, mind your business, see?
Oh,
What you doing?
business.
I got you telling me. She had
I mean,
to
I'm done though.
prior.
So,
Under the bus.
I don't know if that's
My
good or
God.
bad.
My God, Brianna.
I'm sitting here looking around like, did I do something wrong? Cause
The same,
I haven't been done for
the same.
Well, I'm just getting a couple of notes.
a few.
That mean you're gonna go first, Mika?
That's, I mean, that's fine.
I think that it will.
We get to, wait, we get to correct this before the competition though, right? Or, okay, all right, that's fine.
We will provide feedback
Okay.
as a group. And then you can amend,
Okay,
and then if you feel confident, you can give it again to see if you win.
all right.
I don't care about winning.
Yeah.
Mine's not interesting, sure.
Mine's not even-
We're all
Mine's a-
interesting at some level. When you good?
Thinking.
Still thinking.
Yeah. I actually think.
Anybody wants to go first?
I'm gonna get it
I'll
over
go.
with.
Hey,
She's
go
not
ahead.
obsessed with winning. Go ahead.
No, because I want to get it over with and I know it needs to be critiqued. Hi, I'm Kim Kirkpatrick with the Louisiana Board of Regents. I prepare data to help create and assess policies and outcomes for colleges and universities in the state. Basically, I let people know if they are on track for meeting completion and workforce goals.
Okay. So was that clear and easy to follow?
Yeah.
Was it engaging and relevant? Did it sound natural and confident? Did you project your voice?
Oh, I could have definitely projected voice.
And it stayed under 30 seconds. Is there anything do we think she needs to edit or?
I didn't, can I just say, I didn't like,
She kind of critique herself.
putting policy in there.
Okay,
I think the 10-year-old probably wouldn't understand what that is, but
probably not, and
I didn't like that word, but I didn't want to make it sound like I ran the office.
right,
So outcomes, I think. So I struggled with that word. Data was important because a lot of people think when you say anything about higher ed, they think you're faculty, and I want to get that clear right off the board.
yep,
So I didn't like the word policies. I do like outcomes for colleges and universities. It's basically, I let people know if they're on track for meeting completion and workforce goals. And I used the word people instead of stakeholders. I know stakeholders is a better.
but you want to simplify it.
Right.
But if you're in
And I
a
know
place
for
where,
Colleges and
yeah,
universities.
but if you're in a place where your audience is older and they know it, you can substitute that vocabulary.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't want to repeat colleges and universities again.
Right,
So policies was the only thing that I didn't really.
yeah. I mean, what else could we say for policy? I mean, I know with data, we could say numbers, but what other word could we say for policy?
Say it in the context of the sentence again with it.
What about regulations?
Prepare data to help create and assess policies and outcomes.
That's good, I like regulation.
Regulation.
Regulations, depending
I
on
was
like,
gonna say-
but like Chris says, I think depending on the audience, if you're talking to some little kids.
The audience before you read your pitch.
I would say rules.
Can they state the audience?
Oh.
Yeah.
Data to help.
Like, I was asking, like, can each of us like state the audience before hearing the pitch? Cause I think that shapes, like, you would probably say that to one audience, but not a different audience. So I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
helps us, yeah. To
But
which
you,
audience?
I think, accomplished the goal because you could easily adjust words to the audience, like.
Said it
regulations,
to, I,
policy.
I said it to basically my peers, friends, like that you meet a parent of one of your kids or whatever, just like, what do you do?
Gotcha.
So I'm not saying that to a 10-year-old. I
Gotcha,
couldn't
right.
say it to a 10-year-old. And obviously, if I was at CHIO, I wouldn't say it like this
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
And,
It'd probably be more robust.
oh yeah, and if I was with IR, they'd be like, well, no shit, Kim, that's why you're up there. What's that mean?
That's all I get.
Yeah.
Knowing who the audience, the audience
Yeah.
is, helps us
It helps.
gauge
yeah.
our expectation of what you're saying.
All right, who wants to go next?
Me?
But
Oh,
y'all didn't
no,
have
no,
any
you have to
suggestions for
lead, you have to lead.
I don't think so. I mean, outside of regulations,
I don't like, I didn't like regulations. 'Cause that implies I have the power to do something.
or rules.
Well, let him think that.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right, Antonio, who's your audience?
So my audience will be my peers, and it would be like, hi, I'm Antonio with Louisiana Board of Regents. I help Louisiana citizens achieve short-term certifications by regulating private trade schools. What that really means is I make sure private trade schools follow rules and laws to help Louisiana citizens get better paying jobs.
That's a good one.
Yep. Very good.
That's interesting.
And I like trade.
That's good.
I like the term trade schools.
All right, so we think that was clear and easy to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
engaging and relevant, sounded natural,
Yep.
and it was just under 30 seconds.
Yep.
All right, Megan, who's your audience?
My peers, I suppose.
Okay,
Hi, I'm Megan Johnson Valaire with the Louisiana Board of Regents. I help both licensed and potentially licensed trade and occupational school owners obtain or retain their proprietary school license. Basically, I tell people or applicants that their applications are wrong and how they need to fix them until they are correct.
Starting off wrong.
First of all, I didn't know you had another name besides Johnson. That one threw me for a loop.
that's what Kim got stuck on.
She had another name.
All right, so was that clear and easy to follow?
I think obtain could be get.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had me, you lost me right before retain,
Okay,
and then you got me again at the personable part.
okay,
Yeah, the last sentence really summed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
I almost feel like you could have just,
Keep or
the
get
last
rather
part showed
than
me
get.
what you did, because I didn't know what you did, so that helps.
Okay.
All right, who's the next victim?
I'll go.
Leanne had her hand up first. All right, who's your audience?
Is, well, my daughter, now that I have a college age daughter, she's learning slowly what the Board of Regents means or what it is because she sees it on certain things around campus. And so oftentimes she'll say, my mom works at the Board of Regents, and her classmates or friends will say, what is that? And what do they do? So it's
Yeah.
that age group. Hi, I'm Leanne, and I work in academic affairs at the Board of Regents. We do a lot at Regents, but one of the main responsibilities of my division is to evaluate requests for new degrees from colleges and universities.
Yeah,
I think for a college
Yeah.
student, they understand evaluate.
yep.
If you're going dummy or down, it's
Right.
review.
Well, at first I had evaluate proposals,
Yeah.
and I took proposals out and changed it to requests.
Yeah,
They may-
proposals will confuse them.
Somebody's getting married.
Well,
Right. Yeah,
I'm
they may-
learning what students know and don't know, and it's alarming, the
Yeah.
list of things they don't know. All right, that was clear and easy to follow. And you got it to where it was relevant to college students, so it's easy for them to understand. Allison?
Okay, disclaimer, define. One, I like words a lot. That's just naturally, that's my style, I like words. But two, I find myself, this is to like very senior level administrators or legislators typically, that always end up like senior vice presidents or things like that, college presidents, that kind of thing. So it's hi, I'm Dr. Allison Smith, Assistant Commissioner for Student Health and Wellness at the Louisiana Board of Regents, the coordinating body for public higher education in Louisiana. My role involves supporting student affairs professionals to help reduce the negative consequences of substance use and increasing students' wellness support services, ranging from prevention to recovery, so that Louisiana prospers in achieving its goal of 60% of all working age adults having a high value credential by 2030, moving the state from poverty to prosperity. I was under 30. We can time it. You can do it. You can time me.
That seemed like a lot.
But you can time me. It was under 30.
That reminds me of you kind of addressing, that's how you address the legislation when you testify. You know, that's
That's
what
what
I
I'm saying. It's a
thought.
very high level, because like you say, the audience that I most frequently have to give that
Yeah.
to, it is people who would care about retention rates, student success outcome, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Now I was like, let me give a disclaimer, because that's usually who gets my elevator pitch.
Then can you, what about if you were saying it to me? And I'm in the realm of higher ed, so you don't have to start from scratch.
Okay. So my role at the Board of Regents involves one, supporting students from prevention to recovery to make sure they have all the support success they need to on to graduation.
Love
That's what-
that.
that was-
I
yeah.
love
So
that.
that's how, if I was a different audience, I would have went with that, but that's why I went with so
I
yeah.
love that. I wouldn't throw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So different audience, it changed. That's usually like if I give to like people
Because
on
I
campus.
honestly was like, what does Allison do when you first got here? And
Yeah.
that I get.
Yeah, that was a testimony. That's what you always say at testimony.
Yeah.
When you testify.
So yeah, that's why it's that one. Then I have the other one, the one I just gave Kim.
I like the second one.
Okay, Brittany.
Log in my new laptop from Dwayne.
And be sure to check your folders because Kareem's.
That was funny.
Yeah, can get Teddy.
I'm a big.
Go ahead, read your statement. Go ahead.
Okay, I barely can. That was funny. Hey, I'm Bree Golden, Director of Governmental Affairs, Louisiana Board of Regents. We're a coordinating board that works with our higher education systems and agencies to implement policies that advance student success and promote workforce outcomes.
I think you could have thrown in more of your legislative. work.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Also, my bad, my audience is the legislature.
Oh,
If I'm
okay.
across the street,
Got it.
once I say, hey, I'm the Director of Government Affairs,
They know.
they know
That was
that,
like the
but
audience
they
matters.
needed to
The audience
know.
definitely
Yeah, so yes.
For new legislators, okay.
Exactly, a higher education
But
conversation going on.
They may wanna know like the other part, like what does Regents do?
Yeah.
Like, because it's always pressing the factory reset button every time we go across the street.
You're right.
You know, some people may be familiar with the commissioner,
Mhm.
but they will forget
100%.
what we do. So,
100%.
hey, we're a coordinating board, we work to implement and advance policies that do this and this, what you got?
Yeah.
So I always have less than 10
Yeah.
seconds, because they don't care one way or another.
No, they don't.
So
No, you're absolutely
I'm
right.
always doing my elevator pitch every day.
You have a 5-minute one?
Depends on
I bet
what,
she
if
does.
I have a 5-minute one for a bill, if I want them to do it, if
Yeah.
I'm shopping around a bill. Like I'm trying to shop around something that Beth Mizell did last year that didn't advance. I'm like, you wanna do this again? What is it? Okay, so she has the attention span of this long, so I have to capture her and be like,
Right.
hey, we're doing this for Tops Tech.
Yeah.
I wanna expand this,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do.
But she could, she doesn't need anything else from me.
The real thing, this is the real thing that's happening though. Sorry.
All right, who's next?
Okay.
Oh, woo.
Yeah, there's the room.
All right, Samuel.
Okay. So my audience.
You better do my survey.
I'm coming right back.
Okay.
I'm leaving my.
All right, who's your audience, Sam?
Episcopalians after church.
Perfect.
All right, this is gonna be good.
The
Church
Lord be
thing.
with you.
And with your.
Hi, I'm Samuel. I'm with the Louisiana Board of Regents. I help craft policy and put in place processes that help move us toward our statewide goal. What that really means is that we want 60% of our citizens to hold a credential of value by 2030. And that is how Louisiana prospers.
Oh, we're getting all the taglines in.
True. Dana Carvey with the church lady outfit.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Come on, isn't that special?
All right, so it's clear and easy to follow. It ties in all of our messaging succinctly, did it sound natural?
For Samuel, yes.
Yes. You know,
Well, it just
For me, no.
That mean.
after church, know what a credential of value is,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, you got it during the
the homily.
Eucharist.
I don't know.
The
the
Eucharist.
Eucharist. I forget the Episcopals have Eucharist, not.
They do. Diet Catholics.
I did use I used that word policy. I mean, I noticed that in our
Yeah.
conversations because I knew I had that written down. But that is a lot of what we work on, it's
I was-
policy. And I think for that audience, they understand.
Today, you focus so much on keeping it down to that 10, you know, that level. But the bottom line is that it's really as low as you can go is about high school.
Yeah.
Before they
Because they wouldn't.
Before they
Yeah,
really-
Or they couldn't comprehend.
right.
Right.
Didn't care until,
Yeah, it's as
Somebody asked you what your
really
mom
as
did.
you,
like,
Yeah.
I know.
high school is about as low in my mind as for them to really understand.
Yeah. And even that's pushing it.
Oh, you're right.
My 17 and 14-year-old, it's a crapshoot as to what they understand what I do.
My kids now understand if I just kept the data and didn't bring education into the
Yeah.
realm at all. Oh, cool. Like they understand relational databases, SQL and all that, but that's not what the lay person.
Right. Marcy?
Sure. So my audience would likely be other peers at a conference who, from around the states. So hi, I'm Marcy with the Lewis Consortium, which is the Academic Library Consortium for Louisiana. I help library staff and patrons by keeping the library technology running smoothly and securely. What this really means is I make the behind the scenes work as it should, so it's easy for patrons to find the information that they need and the staff to do their jobs.
Can you define patron?
I would say people.
Yeah, so that was at the end.
That's it.
Not patrons.
Because I don't, if you tell me, I don't identify, I know I'm a patron of the library, but
Yeah.
people like.
I actually had people when I scratched it out and I put patron.
That's it though. I think it's great, Marcy.
I thought it was great too.
Yeah.
It's all libraries?
Mhm.
We said this stuff.
The
other day.
academic, public and private academic.
But is that the institutions?
That way.
Public and private institution, higher education
Yes.
institution library?
Yeah.
Okay, because I missed that part. 'cause
Okay.
I thought you meant
Academic
library.
library consortium. Okay.
And you keep saying academic, and I know I asked you this last time. What else is a library?
The
if it's
public
not
library.
Academic, well,
Public library.
okay, so can you say public?
No, it's not.
It's
academic. It's
It's
academic.
not,
public
they don't-
universities and private universities.
I'm still stuck with how that, how.
So the East Baton Rouge Parish Library is not considered an academic library. It's considered a public library.
Because it's not attached to a university
Yeah.
or a school or a college.
Yes.
And I couldn't even explain what y'all do.
Okay.
She's the
don't
card catalog
Yeah,
on
you are
the college campuses.
I still can, Marcy. All the time. Do I not brag about Lewis all the time? I do brag about
She doesn't know what you do, she brags about it.
I do because I've seen their OER and AER work, and I remember how much I hated going to the libraries. But no, I love what Lewis does. I may have gotten more homework done if you existed when I was in college.
I'm a big fan.
I would have had less money in textbook rentals.
Exactly.
I also, I'm popular amongst my peers because I share the PDFs to the textbooks I get.
No, Vanessa.
I'm kind of like the bits at heart.
Yeah, you're what?
Like I believe in sharing resources.
Awesome.
All right, Vanessa, you're up.
Okay. Hi, I'm Vanessa Valdez. I'm a graduate student at the Board of Regents. In my day-to-day, I work with the different divisions in the agency, providing a helping hand conducting research, completing tasks, and learning more about how the agency is furthering the state's higher education goals. Every day I gain invaluable experience.
Lovely.
Good.
My audience is future employers, peers, and admission boards.
Good.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
All right, Melinda Zacchaeus, who wants to go next?
I decided that, I don't know about y'all, the audience I struggle with when asked this question is actually no one with education. It would be like the equivalent of going to a cocktail party for my husband's work.
Yes, that's a great audience.
Like that is the hardest audience for me to be like, I did this about you. So I think that's the one I'm thinking of for this pitch. Cause every time I do it, I'm like,
I do stuff.
So hi, I'm Malin. I help increase access to programs that support students from cradle to career. And what that really means is supporting programs that help students reach their higher education goals.
I like it.
Career sticks with you.
Yeah.
Cause there's a lot of random stuff in there. That's why I said we need a lot.
There is, I mean, we're like the island of misfit toys almost. We're a collect all of a lot. So Cradle to Career does.
I do think that's a good audience for you to do it too, because that's kind of what mine was like
Yeah, it's like,
friends or husbands of friends or whatever that.
yeah, they're the ones that go like,
Mhm.
what a real job.
Mhm.
Am I the only one that feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, did she just make up a place? And then they go, oh, well, a shoe.
Yeah.
Every time.
They're fine,
Every single time.
I know.
I literally have this one family member, every time she's like, how are things at LSU? I'm like,
Again, yeah.
My favorite, I work for the state, so.
Yeah.
Whole answer, I work for the state.
Thanks, I work for the governor.
My daughter thought I worked for the governor too. I'm like,
Oh.
no, here's how it's structured.
We all work.
And she still didn't quite. Like, just know that I can pay the bills.
Any of those.
All right, we'll go to Zacchaeus and then John texted me his.
All right, perfect. So I think my audience is anyone. I just say hi, I'm Zacchaeus Johnson, currently serving in the capacity of Associate Commissioner for Academic Affairs and Strategic Initiatives with the Louisiana Board of Regents. I assist with all things grants and contracts to support faculty and student affairs practitioners improve student success inside and outside of the classroom through wraparound services on all 28 campuses. So they may not know what wraparound services are. So I will explain that piece.
Read it again, that, you said our entire section title.
Yes, Academic Affairs and Strategic Initiatives
Yeah.
for Louisiana Board of Regents.
Are we of innovation? Or?
Well, that's my title. I don't have any.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you changed the name. I like it.
I almost wonder if you said grants and contract, and I'm giving you a suggestion without a solution. If like the spin to that, and I'm thinking more so from a legislative audience, is like matching, like I'm focused on increasing, I don't want to say private dollars, like matching state funds with national private dollars, like what's a way with philanthropy,
Yeah.
something of that effect, because I think that's the really cool about the work that you get to do.
Yeah.
So much of
That's fair.
the view of what we do is that like we just get state funds and that's all we have, but the fact that there are
That does. sound good.
philanthropy dollars coming
like
into the
say,
state to
right,
support
probably like
student
that.
wraparound services is a huge, I think, asset to
Mhm.
to the work that you support in a way that I don't think lives at other agencies in the same way.
I agree. Thank you.
I don't have a way to say that succinctly because it took me like 5 seconds.
Call me later.
Money Bags McGee. John's not feeling well, so he sent this to me. Hi, I'm John with Louisiana Board of Regents, the coordinating body for higher education in Louisiana. I gather, analyze, and report data to support our work driving success in higher education.
The only thing I would have added was you keep it safe. And that's, keep the data
Yeah.
safe.
It is.
Because that seems to
So
be.
gather, analyze, protect,
Protect.
and report data. That's good.
The only
Yeah, that's a good,
suggestion.
considering everything going on.
Correct.
It is important to reemphasize safety and protecting our data.
Right.
Before I move on, Carla, did you have one or did you want to provide any feedback? She may be busy. I think she's busy. Oh, well. All right, so the contest. There wasn't a lot of editing, so we're just gonna go straight to the vote.
We recommend someone to vote.
Well, I'm gonna vote.
Oh, you can.
I'm gonna pick,
Oh.
but I want y'all to tell me who do you think are the top 3 best pitches And who do you think are the top 3 most creative?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay,
I think best pitch would be
Vanessa.
Vanessa, Antonio,
Yeah.
and Zacchaeus.
I was gonna say, okay, go ahead.
And then most creative,
I think Samuel.
Samuel,
I did say that.
Samuel third.
Sorry. He had the hashtag.
He did.
and the Episcopal Church.
And the
Samuel,
Lord be with
Malin, because I like her audience.
I like hers.
I really like her
I like
audience.
the cradle to career.
Yeah.
That's stuff I like.
Yes, that was really good.
I think it's a toss up between Vanessa and Malin.
Okay,
Vanessa.
But I like your, but I do like your second version. I just didn't follow your first version.
They look great.
all right, anybody else have suggestions on who I should be voting on?
Brady Antonio for that.
I think Vinny is.
Malin's for creative, because I really like that
Yeah,
creative. Antonio is
creative.
really good because the
Mhm.
licensure, I put on my legislative cap. They're interested in licensing, and I like how he explained that and threaded that in very short. That engaged my attention, because I want to know, okay, talk to me about these trade schools, talk to me about the licensure piece. And that was very well done.
Mhm.
we still use the term trade school?
We don't use VOTEC.
Trade school to an
We
extent.
do, we actually, it's
Well, like, proprietary use
occupational,
The term,
it's occupational
that's what I
training.
thought, okay.
Yeah, but also, but he's making that so that anybody.
So that anybody
outside
can
of-
understand it, so,
I would say. vote
yeah,
on
I said trade too.
Vanessa.
One day, our entire session was about dumbing it down.
Yeah.
But he used buzzwords, which, when I feel like whenever you give a pitch, especially across the street, you use a good buzzword, that's gonna capture my attention, because that's all we have is 10 seconds. And even in that 10 seconds, I may not capture your attention. I need to say something to
Yeah.
capture it. That's what that did.
Yeah, because you have to have a hook to
Absolutely.
gain their
He
attention.
had 2 hooks, licensure
Yeah.
and trade schools.
All right,
They understand trade schools, no?
they do.
Mm,
Even when some of them still call them vote.
no.
They still do.
Elsie
They
tells us
also,
it's
they
not.
also understand schools that are not physically in Louisiana.
Mm.
If you were in the last 2 board meetings, you know. All right, with that said, my first vote goes to Antonio. Second vote goes to Vanessa. Excellent job. So hopefully,
We had a meeting.
hopefully Santa Yandel did okay on gifts. My wife wanted to wrap them. I don't know why, but whatever.
Because you know the presentation matters.
No.
She does. She could work at Regents too.
And my mom like Christmas.
So final takeaways, you want to keep it polished. So as Allison mentioned, Allison has one that's higher level and then one that's short. Marie has that. Antonio has one. Malin has one. So I mean, with everything that changes and good Lord, new task forces and new things that come on our plate, we always want to keep it polished. You want to revisit it often. I'm sure Breeze will change from March 9th to June 1, given what's passed, what hasn't, what's in the works.
Jagger trying to stab it outside.
If she wants to hurt anybody. And then obviously we discussed on this numerous times, adapting it to multiple audiences. So when we talk to each other, it's one way. When we talk to institutions, it's another way. When we talk to national people, it's a third way. If we're looking to get money, it's a completely different way.
Absolutely.
And if we're on college campuses talking to students, when they're looking at us like we have 20 heads, we have to adjust our language. And then clarity plus connection equals credibility. So everything is online, the SharePoint. Kim, that is not the shared drive, that is SharePoint. It is in the newsletter.
But Marcy's suggestion to add the share.
I know I need to.
Share drive.
I tried doing the README and it wasn't working, so maybe I need to get my permissions fixed.
It's okay living in 2 different worlds. What's wrong with the share?
Well, so the SharePoint is up to date.
SharePoint is
The
there.
shared folder, I have to physically update. So the SharePoint, I can just update from my folders in OneDrive,
It works for me.
whereas the shared drive,
The year, master plan year 6 on Friday.
but sometimes I don't have all the folders updated just because I forget that it's in a second place.
I
So,
always go to the shared drive.
Shared drive.
yeah,
I think most of
So
us probably go
Marcy's
to the
Like
shared
AT can help
drive.
figure that out.
Marcy
Yeah, I
suggested
mean,
the share
and I know a lot of people
Honey.
go to the share drive. So if y'all could add like 10 more hours to my day, I'll add it to my list of things to do.
Like I just pulled down that.
Yeah. Friday, I'm gonna cover Canva. We have templates and branding. Huh?
This
Friday?
Yeah. Bruh, I am a one-man wolf pack.
We out.
I'm gonna record it.
It's not as much fun.
Watch it.
But Bree's getting wisdom teeth pulled tomorrow, so if you could watch it while you're still kind of fuzzy.
Oh, yeah. And with your camera on.
Yeah.
Yes, make sure camera on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm working on updating our templates in Canva to match the brand so that there's a one-pager document, a presentation document, and a few other things.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry. See, I'm already thinking everybody knows everything. So Canva's the web-based graphic design platform.
Very easy to use.
It's very easy. We have multiple subscriptions in the agency. So I use a lot of my stuff as in Adobe, but sometimes I will use Canva, like if I'm just brain dead and I just need something simple done. It's a really good tool. Allison and Bree have some of my templates that I've put into Canva that helps me out tremendously when they can update stuff and they don't have to rely on me. And then again, I want to screenshot that.
We are.
So
Will that be included in the email you have sent?
it will be included, so you can vote now or vote or do the survey later. I did read all of them from Monday. Chris Herring and somebody else complained I didn't have food.
Tell him his division is the reason why.
I play nice in the sandbox, Allison.
Say your division told us no for food.
That's why I do it after lunch, so I can avoid that.
Right, but you should have
Bring your own.
You should have. I brought fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had fries, Bree ate, it's all good.
BYOF.
Malin had a
Bring your own food.
Bring your own
What? Malin brought flat cookie.
So,
Take it out over here.
so thank you for listening to me for an hour. Hopefully y'all found this beneficial again.
Absolutely.
And again, hopefully, like I said Monday, hopefully these will be enjoyed enough that I do them again in January or February and maybe add a few more, whether that's AI stuff or other tools. I may have to fight Tristan over the AI part.
You can code
I'm
present
not
it.
gonna lie, ChatGPT has been saving my life.
But there is something to be said. I'm not saying this in context here. I feel like lately I've been able to like see things written and I'm like, that definitely was AI.
Yes.
Where there's something to be said for like, you actually start to lose your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
so in PRSA, the Public Relations Society of America that I'm with, they just released a how-to for prompts for communicators, like what to do.
Yeah.
Reactivating everything, so it's not just a simple, hey, do this for me.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, you can clearly
But, like-
tell if it's
Like you
non-human.
started with that
Gardening one.
hurt hit
Yeah.
and you could tell within seconds, even if you wouldn't have told us that. I was
Yeah.
like, that would definitely, I feel like I've been seeing some things online that places put out and I'm like, well, that's a lot of words about not a lot of anything.
Right, big words.
Less is more.
Mhm.
So, all right, guys, thank you again.
Thank you.
And
7 minutes.
hopefully I will see y'all again on Friday.
I might send it.